All right, Coach, we're going to start with Dwayne Rankin and then Craig Fouie.
Yeah, Coach, obviously your bench scored a season-high 65 points and came in with some defensive plays as well. Just maybe speak to their effort and how critical they were tonight, because obviously some of the starters, Booker, didn't have it going and Paul didn't, and the other guys didn't have it going either, but the bench obviously came through for you.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it all year long with that particular group. They know they need each other, whether it's setting screens for each other or the next pass. I thought they just made the right plays. Case in point, I thought Cam and Tory had a number of slot drives tonight out of blitzes or just a swing pass, and it created a lot of offense for us. But for them to score 65 points on a back-to-back on a night where the starters, outside of DA, I didn't think our starters were bad. We just didn't make the shots we're used to seeing those guys make, and that's going to happen. And, the depth and the continuity on our bench, paid off tonight.
Just a quick follow. You guys were only up 3, and then you had the entire second unit out there. And by the time you brought Chris and Devin back in, I think the lead was 15. How much of that was them doing, working as one offensively, and how much of it was just defense and those guys, making plays and getting steals and getting stops?
I mean, if you look at the quarter points scored tonight defensively, 16 in the second, that was pretty much when the bench was out there, and then, 14 in the fourth, which was pretty much when the bench was out there. So defensively, I thought they were locked in. We were really aggressive on the ball, aggressive in our switches, and just made it tough for those guys to get the threes that they wanted to get off with Duncan Robinson. And I thought even smaller guys like JC and Cam, when they were switched on to Jimmy, they did a good job of fighting him and didn't allow for him to make easy plays at the rim. So defensively, the whole team was good, but especially in those moments, like you said, we needed a defensive boost, and they gave it to us on that end of the floor, and then they scored. We were able to get up by 15, so that's a plus for us.
Next is Craig Fouie with ABC 15, and then Cameron Cox.
Coach, I want to follow up on that just a little bit. The bench scores 65. You beat the Heat by 20. What does that say about your son's team, as a whole?
Well, we've shown over the course of this season that we can win in a number of ways. Close games with Chris and Devin. And, in Houston, we played off of DA. There have been nights where our bench has stepped up. I think we can, we have versatility on our team. We have depth. But the thing that I continue to say about this team is the resiliency. Last night we knew, even though we won the game, we knew we didn't play our brand of basketball. And we were grateful for the win, but we knew in order for us to be the team that we know we can be, we got to play to our standard. And I thought we did that tonight. And I say that's, a lot to do with the resiliency that this team continues to show.
Next, we'll go to Cameron Cox with 12 News, and then Kellen Olson.
Hey, Coach, how comfortable are you with Tory Craig and just putting him out there whenever the time calls for it? He's filled in so well since he's got here. What have you make of just his time here so far?
Tory's one of those guys that he gives you versatility on both ends of the floor. I thought tonight, defensively, he was really good on and off the ball, but he was in the slots a lot tonight. When we swung the ball to him, he would just catch it and go and make a play at the rim. I thought those were big plays for us. He's been an offensive rebounder. He's just had an effect on our team in multiple ways. But tonight, it just stuck out to me that his slot drives created offense for him. It helped us, especially when they were blitzing our guards or when they were in their switches. We would just swing the ball and he would just take off and make a play. That's something that I didn't know about him. I knew he was a good cutter, and we've seen that from him, but I didn't know he was capable of making plays like that from the slot.
Final two are Kellen Olson and Brendan Clean.
Hey, Monty, went 2 for 2 in limiting Jimmy. I know you'll be thrilled with that again. It felt like DA had a big impact around the rim when Jimmy was there. What were your thoughts on how you guys limited Jimmy?
Well, I mean, Jimmy's an elite player. I had the privilege of coaching him in Philly and on the Olympic team, so I know what he's capable of. We had a great focus on him, from the coaching staff to the players. We knew that we had to, show up defensively to keep him from having one of those nights. And I think the thing that really helped us was, you only had 5 free throws. He's one of those guys that can get to the line 10 plus times every night because he's so crafty around the basket. And I was really glad that he didn't get hurt too badly on that last play where he twisted his ankle. I was glad to see him come back. So just have a lot of respect for the way he plays the game. He's really smart. He's always looking to make plays for others. And our team has a great deal of respect for his capabilities.
Final question is Brendan Clean.
Hey, Monty, where would you say you are comfort-wise with not having either of Chris or Book on the floor with Cam kind of running things right now?
I mean, it just depends. Sometimes there's a comfort level. Sometimes I'm about as nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs, man. It just depends on the situation. I'm just being honest with you. There are times where there's a comfort level with the bench because of the way they're playing, and the look that they have. And then there's times where both Book and Devin are off of the floor, and I'm, kind of looking to the side, looking at Willie to see if I should get him back in. It just depends. I think anybody would be comfortable with those two on the floor. So it just depends on the situation.
All right, Chris, first is going to be Dwayne Rankin, and then we'll have Craig Fouie.
Yeah, Chris, what was it like seeing the bench? And, the stars aren't always going to have, and what was it like to watch the second unit do what they did tonight?
It was nice, real nice. That's just the type of team we have. We got the ultimate confidence in all the guys. And this was a really good win for us, especially the way we started the game off, coming off a game last night. So it's good to play these type games, especially when teams guard you different ways.
Quick follow, Chris. Monty just said, I'm going to try to get this right. He said sometimes he's comfortable with you and Devin not in the game. Others, he's like a long-tailed cat in a room filled with rocking chairs. What's your comfort level with you and Book both sitting and watching?
I don't know about that analogy, but either way it goes, we have a team, like a real team. Like we lean on each other, we trust each other, and I think that starts from practice. I think that starts, with the way we communicate and talk to each other, and all these situations, you never know what's going to happen in the playoffs. You never know, foul trouble, things like this can happen. So it's always nice to see how you respond.
Next is Craig Fouie with ABC 15, and then Cameron Cox.
Hey, Chris, you've been talking about it all season long. You've been around a lot of basketball. How much does that trust in your teammates lead to winning, and how much does success breed success around you guys? You get the feeling of success.
It's all situational from game to game. Like I always say, we always prepared going into each game. And then when you get out there during the game, you got to react. Tonight, they were blitzing a lot of ball screens. So, me and Book, we handle the ball a lot. So we got to trust and make the right play. Make the next pass, let that guy make a decision. And I think, like I said, these games are all basically trial runs before you get to the playoffs.
Final 2 questions are Cameron Cox of 12 News and Kellen Olson.
Hey, Chris, I apologize if someone's already asked you this before, but how much does that secret stuff help you on the sidelines that you're drinking sometimes?
Hey, man, that's for me and me only.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Final question is Kellen Olson.
Hey, Chris, Deandre did a great job at the rim tonight. He had a few great contests on Jimmy there. How have you seen him improve over the course of the season in your guys' defense?
DA been amazing these past few games, pretty much all season, but he's been a little bit more aggressive. The last, I don't know how many games, me and some of the guys were just talking about it in the locker room, and it's great to see. He's a big part of our team and anything that we're going to do going forward. he's the anchor of the defense. And then when he's aggressive offensively, it opens up everything. So we're going to keep leaning on him, and it's great to see.
Just wanted to ask you just first just about getting the win, and not all the starters had it going, but obviously the bench came through for you guys.
Well, most definitely, like it's a team. You know what I'm saying? Not one man can do it all. We play as a unit. We play together, and we don't make no change in that. But following up from last game, we didn't play to our standards. We allowed a lot of things. We played lackadaisical. But tonight we bounced back, and this is a team coming in, and this is not a light team. This is the NBA, and we just wanted to make sure we respect teams and play the way we play, and stick to our principles and do what we have to do that leads to wins. And that's what we did tonight on the defensive end, especially.
Which is what I was going to ask. Holding them to 86 points, and you obviously are that anchor of the defense. So how's that feeling for you to be protecting the rim and then seeing your perimeter guys do their job as well?
Man, it's fun, man. I'm not gonna lie. This stuff is fun. Just us knowing our personnel, knowing having a chemistry on the court where whatever I call or whatever I say, we adjust to it. We do it. They're on point. Sending them to me. I'm protecting the rim. Being the presence makes everything easier. And it's real fun, man. And that's what helps us win games. And we can't shy away from that. We got to keep competing every night and never back down from the challenges.
Next up is Kellen Olson and then Joe Pequeno.
Hey, Deandre, Chris just said you were amazing the last few games and said that they were praising you a bit in the locker room after. What's it been like to have the support of him and just someone like Chris Paul to have your support all throughout the season, the highs, the lows, all of that, and to have his support?
I got to tell y'all, man, it's an honor every day. Like, it's actually unbelievable, playing the next 10, playing beside him being my PG, I'm being the center. Just getting every little bit of wisdom from the guy. You know what I'm saying? He knows the game so well, and he just pays attention to the most littlest details, that we're going to need in the big run. And, listening every day and playing and making the chemistry stronger and stronger. Games are becoming easy to play in. It feels like I've been in the game in a while on the things he's pointed out to me.
Next is Joe Pequeno and then Gina Mizell.
Hey, Deandre, nice win tonight. I want to get your thoughts on how this team's responded. The tough loss in LA, and then, you guys get back on the home floor, and then and here you guys are putting another streak together and just showing, the great character that this team has.
At the end of the day, it's the NBA. It's hard to win games. You know what I'm saying? We just got to make sure we have a certain approach every night and never disrespect teams that we play and always play hard. And, just keep doing what we do and remain up top.
Final two questions are Gina Mizell and Dave King.
Hey, DA, to kind of go off that last question, you mentioned responding after last night where you guys got the win, but maybe didn't play in the second half the way you guys wanted to. With the quick turnaround, just can you take us inside what those film sessions are like, what the conversations are like to kind of correct things immediately for tonight?
I mean, the thing is, coach trusts his players, and, we talk amongst ourselves on what we need to do and what we have to do. I mean, it's not hard to really figure out what we play like and what our standards are. It's pretty legit, and once it's said, and once we lose or I'll say not do what we normally do, I'll be sorry for the next team that we play, because it's always like that. We lose some games, probably a below 500 team, but the next time we're legit and we're on our pace again. We're back on the road. So that's just how we are, and we know we can't get down on ourselves. And every night we got to compete because teams are coming after us.
Final question is Dave King.
Hey, DA, you've said all year that offense doesn't matter. You want to be the anchor of the defense, and you've been that all year long. But does it feel good getting more comfortable in the offense as the season goes on? You look a lot more aggressive the last week or two.
Heck yeah. I mean, it's fun, not only on the defensive end, but like knowing that defense is creating our offense. And, just taking what the defense give you, especially when teams, want to switch and, there's a height advantage and, stuff like that. And my team, they find me in the best positions to get me going. And not only that, it's so many open shots. I'm near for a board every time. So it's just, the beauty of basketball and how it works.
All right, Tory, first up is going to be Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic and then Craig Fouie.
Tory, just you being part of this bench and what you guys were able to do tonight. What were the keys you feel like for why you guys played so well from the bench?
Just our energy, our effort, paying attention to the small details defensively, just trying to get stops and capitalize on the other end and just build a lead.
Quick follow. There was a stretch you guys were up only 3, and it was the reserve. The second unit was out there, and then by the time they brought Devin and Chris back in, the lead was 15. What do you feel like was working during that stretch late in the third, going into the fourth, that enabled you guys to extend that lead?
Like I said, just our defensive activity, just trying to get stops, get rebounds, and run. Obviously, making shots helped, and we was able to make some shots tonight and execute on the offensive end, but it started on the defensive end.
Next is Craig Fouie with ABC 15 and then David Brandt.
Hey, Tory, congrats on the win tonight. What's special about this team, of this Phoenix Suns group of guys?
Just our depth. I think how deep we is and how unselfish everybody is, how we play for one another, the ball movement, the trust all the guys have in each other in the locker room. And yeah, like I said, it's a pretty deep team, and there's guys on this team that don't play that can really help teams in this league. So yeah, that just shows how deep we are.
Next is David Brandt with the Associated Press and then Gina Mizell.
Hey, Tory, what's it like playing with Cam Payne? It seems like he's got kind of a herky-jerky style that's, just different than a lot of guys, and he kind of makes that second unit go. What's he bring that's so good?
I think just learning from CP to manage the second group, get us in our offense. And Cam's at his best when he's in aggressive and attack mode, getting downhill, creating for guys or finishing for himself. So he's been doing a pretty good job of running the second unit and getting us going.
Next is Gina Mizell with Suns.com and then Joe Pequeno.
Hey, Tory, you mentioned paying attention to the defensive details, and you've obviously been a terrific defender throughout your whole career. So as a guy that's come in and now is a part of this unit, just what do you feel like are the attributes or the qualities that you guys have as a group that's made you so good all season?
The ability to switch 1 through 5 at times, the ability to switch 1 through 4. And I play the 4, Cam play the 4, and we can switch out on point guards and 2 guards in this league. So I think that's a huge advantage, especially for us. And just being able to go through the defensive schemes and everybody on the same page, knowing the rotations, knowing where to be, and just doing it with effort. And I think that's been the biggest part of our success is putting all that together with the switching, with the effort, with the attention to the game plan and the defensive schemes. It all ties together, and that's why we've been so successful defensively.
Next is Joe Pequeno and then Cameron Cox. Joe, you there? Next up is going to be Cameron Cox with 12 News and then Dave King.
And Tory, what's it been like for you to come in and have the full trust of your teammates and your head coach just to kind of throw you right out there and let you do your thing, really?
I mean, it's been great. And as a player, there's no better feeling than knowing that a team and the coaching staff just trust you and believes in you. So that gives you the utmost confidence, and the rest take care of itself. You just go out there and do what you've been doing your whole life, and it's playing basketball and competing with whoever at a high level.
Have you had that situation everywhere you've been at?
Yeah, it was similar to Denver. Just playing there, those coaches trusting me in key moments, starting in the playoffs, and just playing a key role for a good team. So it's kind of similar to Denver.
Final two questions are Dave King and then Dwayne Rankin.
Hey, Tori, you talked about the defense really communicating and rotating well and all that. What would you say was the biggest catalyst to the difference between Monday night's game that was really offensive and a week ago against Houston as well, and then a game like tonight against Miami? What's the difference in the mindset and the focus of the team on those two nights?
Well, we wasn't happy with the way we played yesterday. Even though we won the game, we came in the locker room and it felt like a loss. So when we get up by 20 points, we got to learn to close teams out and really put our foot on their throat. So coming to this game, we knew what we had to do. We knew we had to bring the energy, and once we got up, just keep the lead and learn from last night. And I think we did a great job of responding from the game last night.
Final question is Dwayne Rankin.
Well, I'm just looking at the numbers again, and I'm seeing you guys were able to overcome 21 turnovers.
Yeah.
It just, how does one do that? Most teams commit 21 turnovers, aren't winning by 20. So how does that happen?
That's just credit to our defense, man, because it's like you said, if you turn the ball over 21 times, that's hard to overcome. But if you're getting stops on the other end and you turn it over and they're not scoring, or if you're turning it over and you're just getting stops down the stretch, and build a lead from that. So credit to our defense, man. You're not going to make shots every night. You're not going to take care of the ball every night. The one thing we can hang our hat on is playing defense and getting stops. And that's how you win championships. That's how you win big games in this league, close games, and make runs in the playoffs.